You are welcome to another episode of HN What's Your Say? The #1 listening show where we discuss real issues with real people like you. We are still featuring R. Kelly, real name Robert Sylvester Kelly, also known as the R&B King. Kanye West has of late been going through probably the hardest time of his life, after his fallout with Adidas that rocketed him way out of the billionaire family back to a net worth as low as $400 million. According to Adidas, their decision follows Kanye's repeated mention of anti-Semitic statements that the Jewish community were definitely not well pleased with, something they could no longer tolerate coming from someone who is also working with them in many ways as a business partner. The sudden drop of Kanye's Ye brand for shoes Adidas has been dealing in came as a shocker, considering the Ye products have been fetching the giant shoe company over $250 million in sales, a substantial percentage of the company's revenue. This came to show how much Adidas is willing to sacrifice, in order to make a statement to Kanye on how he should be careful when talking about the Jewish community next time. Digging a little deeper about Kanye West, however, reveals him as a pro-R. Kelly and Michael Jackson activist, who used every opportunity he came across to defend the values and things he was passionate about, and this included the art left behind by the likes of Michael Jackson, King of Pop, and the great king of R&B R. Kelly, who is currently undeservedly locked up in the Chicago Metropolitan Detention Center. In a video that didn't trend much during one of his Sunday service choir moments, Kanye did hint on being able to separate the artist from the art, mentioning Michael Jackson as an example, and suggesting we have the right to listen to whatever music we want to listen to. Key in his speech, however, was when he mentioned how everyone wants the art from the artist, but every time something goes wrong they pull up documentaries against them, referring to Michael, and most definitely R. Kelly. Kanye definitely didn't like what was happening to R. Kelly, and this was only one of the few times it almost came to light. Considering he is now in an equally complicated situation after Adidas silently told him don't you dare mess with the Jews, and because of this other companies looking uninterested in partnering with him to sell his Ye brand, many people have been wondering whether he will now be joining the R. Kelly camp even more actively, and addressing the injustice the R&B King has been put through. If I was asked whether I think Kanye will soon be teaming up with R. Kelly's camp to fight for freedom and justice, I would say yes. Considering Rebuke the Dream Hampton production surviving R. Kelly documentary was the very first thing he ranted about after his fallout with Adidas. A video of displeased Kanye West shows him lament about the way influential black persons in the world are targeted and brought down, and of course in this case adding his name to the statistic, and also lashing out those that opened lawsuits against the likes of Bill Cosby and R. Kelly. His strong statements towards the people that have seen R. Kelly get to where he currently is, muting his music and doing all kinds of unspeakable things to him, in combination for his unending speech against black people fighting each other, could indicate a possibility that Kanye will soon be joining the pro-R. Kelly camp, and getting even more involved in the fight for his justice, and for the justice of others in similar situations. It's been an unanswered question why almost all great artists R. Kelly has worked with abandoned him during his trials and tribulations, without any of them but a few such as Akon, Drake, Suga Free and Boosie of course among others speaking up against the injustice. But it appears they all are afraid of what the backlash could turn out to be if they got directly involved. It looks like while the US claims to have freedom of speech, they will allow you to speak your opinion, but also watch you pay the price for it afterwards. This makes it freedom of speech for purchase, a freedom that is no longer free after all. If artists as great as these must think twice before they speak out their opinion of what's happening to R. Kelly, then what should be expected for a concerned ordinary citizen? We have heard several stories of individuals being hunted down and investigated for simply commenting about the R. Kelly situation, and for this reason thicker skin such as Kanye's will come in handy. According to David Smith, when Kanye mentioned that we ought to enjoy the music we want to listen to in peace, he was so correct, and yes, he referred to Michael Jackson's art, and almost added R. Kelly on the list, though he didn't quite spell out his name. That was a good gesture from the rap icon. I can't agree more with him. However, he did not come out strongly about the R. Kelly situation until he had issues himself. I don't understand why it should take an artist getting their own experience of injustice before they can speak on the prejudice R. Kelly has been subjected to. Nevertheless, we welcome him aboard. We surely can use a few more mouths that are willing to condemn the unjust treatment R. Kelly has had to deal with. And this should serve a lesson to other great artists such as Lil Wayne, who because they have amassed a lot of wealth have completely ignored the R. Kelly situation. They need to understand that it is their role to create a better America for those coming after them. That's why we support their art. It's not all about enriching themselves and then assuming black lives actually don't matter like many of them have confessed. According to Jim Stewart, it's so sad to note that our country has gotten to a point where free expression is completely risky business, especially when it's a black man disagreeing with the other races. It's no doubt many artists have remained quiet about the injustice against R. Kelly in order to protect their careers, and this is not completely wrong. The only problem is that when they fail to speak up against such, it later comes back to them and they suffer the very same injustice they have ignored. It would be wonderful if they all realized that it's a fight for all of them, and rose up in numbers to rebuke this one-man condemnation as a team. This would make their voices stronger, and believe me, they would be heard. Remember, united we stand, and divided we fall. Kanye West should have spoken out a lot earlier in defense of his brother R. Kelly when it mattered the most, but since it's never too late until it's actually too late, we welcome his contributions to this fight if he will stand with Kelly now. A united front is what it will take to make America a better place for us all. If you wish to take part in a live interview on this channel discussing any of these topics, let us know by emailing us on sashahnnewsroom@gmail.com for scheduling. That is all we had for you today on HN What's Your Say. To keep updated whenever we post a new video, subscribe to this channel now. Also remember to hit the bell icon and enable notifications. And feel free to share your opinions with us in the comment section below, and let us know if you would like us to publish your views in our next release. We value all our subscribers' opinions.